Rahubat, Rahubat. Welcome to the Horus Hour, the storytelling show that only tells true stories. That's it. That's all. True. Okay? The truth shall set you free. The truth will expand your mind. Okay? You can grow from learning the truth. You can vibrate at a real high level when you tell the truth and when you live the truth. Okay? Lies only bring you down and lower your vibration. A true fact. This is something I want to know. I want to ask the question. Okay? Now, it's a fact for me to know who my God is. It's a fact that I know my ancestors. It's a fact. It's a fact that I have proof of who my ancestors are. Egyptian gods, sun gods. It's a fact. I have evidence of Isis, Osiris, and Horus. Actual proof, facts. Okay? Now, when I was in school, they taught us how to find the Big Dipper in the sky. But they never told us that the three stars on Orion's belt line up exactly to the three temples that's on the ground in Giza, Egypt. It's a fact. Check it out with NASA. They line up exactly. What's true above is true below. It has the writings on the wall. You can see these temples. You can go see the writing on the walls of who is the Egyptian gods and gods on this planet. Show me some proof that Jesus exists. I can show you proof that Horus exists, that Isis exists, that Osiris exists. I can show you proof of their existence because you see the proof when you look at the three stars on Orion's belt that line up with the temples on the ground in Giza, Egypt. What's true above is true below. I can prove my existence, a fact that when I say I'm Horus, I can prove that I'm Horus. You might say, how can you do that? It's very simple. They built the temple of Horus using Horus body measurements. It would be impossible for me to have the exact same body measurements of the temple of Horus if I wasn't Horus. Okay? So anybody else making this claim that they're Horus, that they're the son of Isis and Osiris, a Set, a Sar, anybody else making that claim, they better have the same body measurements that they used to build the Temple of Horus. For example, they use his height. I just happen to be 6 feet tall. For measurements using 1 foot, I just happen to wear a size 12 shoe. How did they measure 1.5 feet then? They measured from fist to elbow, 1 foot, 1/2. My body measurements exactly. How is that possible? You might say, how did they do an inch? They did from thumb to the knuckle, did that measurement on the thumb, from the thumbnail to the knuckle, 1 inch, 1/2. And to that first knuckle is on 1 inch. That would be impossible, or one freaky coincidence, but they say it's no such thing as a coincidence. So instead of a coincidence, it's proof of who I am, proof of who my Heavenly Mother is, who my Heavenly Father is. Now, show me the star in the sky of Jesus. Show me the temple on the ground of Jesus. Show it to me. Because if it's a temple on the ground, it's going to have some writing on it, carved in the walls. The temples were built 2,600 years before they even mentioned Jesus Christ. The timeline of your Jesus Christ story, they didn't even have the letter J. You still don't know it's a made-up story. When you read the Bible, it tells you so many fairy tales. They start you off when you're young. If they can get you to believe in Santa Claus, when you turn to an adult, they'll get you to believe in Jesus. Okay? Have you given all your money to some church talking about you paying tithes? Paying your tithes. You got to pay to go to church. You got to pay to get the word. You got to pay for somebody to lie to you. If they telling the truth about Jesus, you ask your preacher, say, show me that star in the sky. Show me Jesus' star. And show me where he built a temple on the ground. Because I want to go there and visit. I want to see the writing on the wall. And then you tell them, Horus can do it. And then you tell them, as a matter of fact, Horus said you done stole the whole story and changed it around. You tell them that. And you tell them that Horus can prove his existence. Tell that to your pastor. Okay? And then I want you to ask your pastor a few more things, okay, about this big, elaborate fairy tale. These stories that's in the Holy Bible. Mostly the King James Version. That's the one you're mostly familiar with, okay? That's the one y'all love. Y'all love the King James Version. You know, the guy who wrote Demonology. That's the book you love. You know King James wrote Demonology first, okay? Maybe you don't know, okay? But now you know. If you really want to know some truth, because I guarantee you your pastor ain't going to be able to answer any of these questions. But I know who can, and that is Dr. Malachi Z.K. York, the Grand Master Teacher, Tuhiti himself, Troth, the man with 76 trillion years of knowledge, wisdom, truth. He's proved his existence. He's written over 1,000 books. Over 1,000. He built Tamaray of the West. He's done so many great things, saved so many lives, brought inspiration to hundreds and thousands of people, giving them the truth, teaching them about the Wusabat culture, which predates all religion, and it only comes with facts that can be proven, which he has proven everything he has said to be true. And nobody on the planet has the knowledge and the wisdom of Dr. Malachi Z.K. York. There's only one. You have a whole lot of pretenders. You have a whole lot of people want to be like him, but they can't. Okay? He can explain every religious book that you have. He speaks 19 different languages. So who else can interpret and explain to you what you're reading in all of these religious books? Okay? Now, I know it's a bunch of crap. When I was a little kid, and I used to ask, every time I asked the pastor a question, he could never answer it. He could never answer my little simple questions that I had to ask every time. But Dr. Malachi Z.K. York, why is it possible that he can answer every one in detail, explain the scripture, give you all the information you need? Now, I simply want to know when I was a kid, because they telling this grand master story about Noah's Ark and the flood. Now, he said that Noah had 2 of every animal on the planet. I thought right away, that's impossible. Okay, that's impossible. You mean to tell me he had penguins and polar bears in the desert? You mean to tell me that these penguins and polar bears made the journey from Antarctica to the desert? Second of all, I said, there's a whole lot of animals. Do you know how big a hippo is? A rhinoceros, an elephant? And they got different breeds, okay? You know how big a bear is? You got the polar bear, the brown bear, the black bear, the grizzly bear, the koala bear. I mean, who fed all these animals? And boy, with all of those animals, it had to be a whole lot of crap, a whole lot of it, just like that story, full of crap. With 5 people on that boat, you know how big it had to be? You know how big it had to be? It had to be bigger than the Queen Mary. It had to be bigger than the Titanic. It had to be. Now just think, 5 people was able to clean up all that crap, feed all of those animals. So you fed them all and cleaned up all of that crap with 5 people on a boat. I think that would be impossible. 40 days and 40 nights? You mean a lion, tiger, cheetah? They didn't try to eat not one of those gazelles? They didn't try to eat one gazelle. They meat eaters. How did they eat for 40 days and 40 nights? What was their diet? Pastor couldn't answer them questions. Okay? Oh, little kid, you bother me. No, I ain't bothering you. Just answer the question. You're supposed to know the Bible so well. Answer the question. I just want to know how it happened, what he did. Can somebody explain it to me? Another thing they couldn't explain to me, as I said, when they told me the story about, Jesus washing the disciples' feet, I said, hey, why did he have to take off all of his clothes? Because, yeah, when you read that whole story, he takes off all of his clothes, which means he's butt naked. So I want to know, why did he get butt naked to wash his disciples' feet? Okay? It's in your Bible. Yeah, that's right. You know I'm telling the truth. Okay? Because it says he washed their feet and he had a towel and he took off his towel, which meant he was naked, and he dried their feet. So he washed and dried their feet and he was naked. I wanted to know why. Why did he have to get naked to do this? Okay, if he want to wash his disciples' feet, that's fine and dandy. I just wanted to know, why did he have to get naked to do it? What is the symbolism of that? That's all I want to know. What's the symbolism of it? Now, if you ask me personally, okay, I thought, was he trying to say that he's a homosexual? Because there's no way in the world you're going to catch me butt naked washing nobody's feet. Unless it's my wife and we're in the privacy of our own home. That's the only way you're going to get me butt naked washing somebody's feet. But you talking about a man washing another man's feet and then butt naked? Man, if that ain't some homosexual tendencies, I don't know what is. And if it's not, why don't they practice that in the church today? That's all I'm asking. Okay? Hey, as a matter of fact, tomorrow is the first Sunday. And do you know that these churches are going to be practicing a satanic ritual by pretending they're eating flesh and drinking the blood of their Savior? If that is not a satanic ritual, I don't know what is. To eat somebody and drink their blood, if that's not satanic, I don't know what is. Wusabat don't do that. We don't do that in the Wusabat culture. Dr. Malachi Z.K. York has never taught us anything like that. Where do you get that from? Hey, wait a minute. In your own Bible, it tells you eating of the flesh is evil, and it starts telling you not to eat of the flesh. And it starts to tell you which animals not to eat. Do not eat the scavengers of the earth. Do not eat the scavengers of the sea. Do not eat animals with the clove hook. I mean, you do it anyway. You still do it. You'll eat a pig from the rooter to the tutor. Talking about it's a delicacy, eating chitlins. So you're going to eat some crap from a pig and call it a delicacy? People, it's time to wake up to the truth. It is time to wake up to the truth. Okay? Now, I don't suspect for anybody to believe me. Do the research. Check it out for yourself. Check it out for yourself how they built the Temple of Horus. Okay? Check it out for yourself to see if the 3 stars on Orion's belt line up with the 3 temples in Giza, Egypt, the 7th wonder of the world. That's a fact. You can go ahead, check with NASA and see if it's not in perfect alignment. Then come back and show me the one for Jesus. Show me the star in the sky. Have the coordinates, just like NASA does. Have the coordinates. Show me that star in the sky in that temple that it lines up with on the ground. So I can go there, just like you can go to Giza, Egypt, and check it out. Look at the writings carved in stone. Do it. And if you can do that, then I'll listen to some of your Jesus stories. Until then, miss me. Okay? It's Wusabat. It's all about Wusabat. It's about the beginning. It's about the truth. Okay? And that's what Dr. Malachi Z.K. York does. Tells the truth, teaches the truth, leads you to the answers. Okay? He always says, don't believe him, check it out for yourself. And so far, everything I checked out was always true. Okay? Now, if you want to know more about Dr. Malachi Z.K. York, you're going to have to go to OSM Vision. Okay? Now, Sequin is a student teacher of the Grand Master Teacher, Dr. Malachi Z.K. York. And Sequin has been following the Master Teacher since he started teaching. So Sequin is very knowledgeable, very articulate, and he is a very good teacher. He explains things very well. Okay? He'll go to the scriptures and he'll tell you everything you need to know. He's got a show says, ask me anything. Ask him anything. And he gonna give you the answer. Okay? That's it. So you want to know the truth? Go to OSM Vision and find out what's true. Okay? The Wusabat culture is where it's at. Okay? This is a new year, new day and time, new age. We're in the age of Aquarius. And hey, it's time for us to wake up. Get that third eye open. You know, you might want to test to see if your third eye open. You can, here, I got a coin here, a quarter. Just kind of stick it up on your forehead. And if it sticks up on your forehead, then hey, your third eye is open. Okay, I told somebody that. They stuck a quarter to their head and it dropped straight to the floor. But this dude was trying to tell me how he's so connected and how his third eye was open. Okay, but the same person was a meat eater. And I said, you can't open your eyes eating meat. Okay, you can't do that. You can't be a meat eater. You can't eat of the flesh and think you're going to open up your third eye. Okay, the Wusabat culture teaches us how to live properly on this earth. Dr. Malachi Z.K. York teaches you everything you need to know. He teaches you about your diet, okay? Not to eat of the flesh. He teaches that we follow the natural laws of nature And it is not natural for us to eat of the flesh. Okay? Our teeth are not made like that. Our intestinal tract is not made to eat meat. Your own Bible tells you the fruit is the meat and the herbs are for the healing of the nation. Okay? So you're supposed to be eating fruit. You're supposed to be a vegetarian. Okay? You want to raise your vibration, you're going to have to cut that stuff out. You're not supposed to do anything that's supposed to be damaging to your temple. All right? You're not supposed to damage your temple. You said that your temple is God's body. God's body is your temple. No, you are the God anyway. They don't tell you that. See, they have you in church looking up to the sky, trying to pray to your God. Praying to Jesus, praying to Christ. When you are the Christ, it's already in you. You got a soul. You're nine ether being. And I know everybody don't have a soul. Everybody got a spirit. Everybody got a spirit. You alive? Your dog got a spirit. But he ain't got a soul. Some people are soulless. Okay? I met some of them. I met somebody that didn't have a soul. They was trying to assault a 7-year-old. Couldn't have had a soul. Didn't have a soul. Okay? It was a devil in disguise. That's what it was. Somebody disguised as a devil. And I had to well, they didn't get a chance to assault that 7-year-old. Let's put it that way. I wasn't trying to hurt him. I wasn't trying to kill him. I was only trying to teach him a lesson. Okay? He ain't going to try to mess with that kid no more. All right? Wasn't messing with that kid no more. And as a matter of fact, his parents shipped him off to go live somewhere else. He had to move off the block. So that's all I got to say about that one. He didn't have a soul. Soulless. You can't be committing horrible acts and have a soul. If somebody's committing a horrible act, it's because they don't have a soul. It's just that simple. Because if you have a soul, your soul wouldn't allow you to do anything to hurt another human being. It just wouldn't. That's why you see all these star child, star kids, the chosen ones. You know, it's a lot of people be saying they chosen too. You got to look out for that. You got to look out for their acts. Their acts. How do they act? Their actions. Okay. Now you know that there's one person in the world. There's one person. Well, two people on this planet that it ain't nothing you can do to convince them that I'm not Horus. Okay? As a matter of fact, when I was 23, that's when they told me I was Horus. But I had no idea who Horus was. Okay? No idea. But after this lady explained to me, it's the actions. It's what I was doing. It was my heart that let her know I was Horus in my name. Okay. She wanted to know what my name was. And I told her, and she said, it's because you Horus. Hugged me, started crying, told me to forgive her, told me a black man ain't never entered their house, and welcomed me to come to her house anytime I want. And every time I come, she was going to cook dinner. And that's a whole long story. So I don't feel like telling that long story right now. But it was just because of my actions. And, well, okay, and the baby, okay, because I was taking care of a baby that wasn't mine, but I said that I'm taking care of him, so he my kid. Ain't no difference. And she just told me that her daughter told all these lies on me. Okay, told all these lies on me, trying to say I was this mean, evil person and all that stuff. I was bad. Said I beat her up and I was mean to her and the baby. She said all of this stuff. And her mom said, babies don't cry for bad men. Told me the baby was sitting in front of the door for 5 days crying and wouldn't leave from in front of the door and kept calling for his daddy. And when I came over, the baby snatched away from her, runs past the grandfather, run past about 5 of her uncles, and he jumps into my arms, and he wouldn't let me go. He just kept kissing me, and he was laughing. And you know something? When people be talking about you, them little kids gonna tell you, okay? So they was calling me behind my back, chocolate, okay? Because I picked my son up and I was holding him. He was kissing me, and then he bit me. I asked him, hey, and he had some teeth, so it did kind of hurt. He was biting me kind of hard, and I'm like, hey, why you biting me? He said, because they said you was chocolate. I said, hey, I'm not no chocolate bar. And he's just laughing. So she's hugging me, she's crying and asking me to forgive her and all that stuff. Okay. That was the first person that called me Horus and said, ain't nobody gonna change her mind. Told me from that day on, she's not gonna be a 7-day Adventist anymore. This woman had been a 7-day Adventist her entire life. Now, all of a sudden, she's not a 7-day Adventist anymore. She's going to be what I am. I didn't know anything about the Uzbek culture then. Okay, so I didn't know what to tell her. I just told her I'm not in any religion, and I don't believe in no Jesus Christ. That's what I told her. That's it. You know, I had to go do my research. Okay, and it wasn't until years later, okay, me and this girl broke up again after that. Okay, I ain't talked to this girl in years, 30 years. Okay, I ain't talked to her in years. And then I have a spiritual awakening. My third eye was open. I could see everything. I could see the truth in everything. When that third eye is open, you'll see the truth in everything. Okay, you're going to see what's good, you're going to see what's bad, you're going to see what's the truth, and you're going to see what's a lie. And that's just it. And you're going to have to deal with it. Okay, You're going to have to deal with them emotions when you wake up. Okay. I know the first one is going to be anger. How come I've been lied to for so long? Okay. That's what you first think. Why have I been lied to for so long? All right. I was 256 pounds. I used to eat meat. I loved me some Popeye's chicken. All right. Didn't realize that stuff was killing me. Okay. Blood pressure went up to over 300. Top number over 300. Bottom number, the diastolic, 222. 222. Systolic, over 300. My doctor was like, I don't even know how you alive. In all his years, he had never had anybody who had a high blood pressure or blood pressure that was that high. Ever. Okay, and this doctor was 30 years into his own practice. And he said he'd never seen anything like that before. He didn't even know how I was alive. Now, I'll tell you why I was alive, because I'm Horus. Okay? I'm Horus, that's why I'm alive. Anyway, I had to change my diet. Okay? I had to start following the laws of nature. I had to start following the laws of Ma'at. Okay? This is what the Wusabat culture teaches you. Okay? You got no business eating that food. You got no business eating another animal. You have no business eating of the flesh. You do these things, you're going to have to pay the price. Okay? You have to pay it. Karma. Karma is what it is. Okay? You are what you eat. You are what you see on TV. Okay? You are whatever you put into your body, whatever you put into your conscious mind, whatever you put into your stomach. Okay? So whatever you put in physically, whatever you put in mentally, that's what's going to show. Okay? You reap what you sow. You put in good, you get out good. Okay? You put in crap, you get out crap. That's the fact. Okay? Now, if I've said anything that you think wasn't true, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. That's it. Show some proof. Do like Wusabat. Come with some proof. Come with some proof, like the Wusabat culture, like Dr. Malachi Z.K. York teaches us. True, factual information. He only teaches things that's going to raise your vibration, unite us as one. I love his slogan, no one wins in the race of racism. It's all about uniting as one, okay? Moving together as a group, living together in harmony on this planet, okay? Especially you nine ether beings, that's what you're supposed to be doing. Raising the vibration on this planet, okay? Bring this planet back into harmony, okay? Live together in peace and harmony. War, you got all these leaders, all these fighting, killing each other over religious leadership. Okay? You got so many denominations of the doggone Christian church, and they fight against each other. You don't think that's crazy? The Jehovah's Witnesses, Pentecostal, fighting against each other. They don't even like each other. And if that ain't crazy, I don't know what is. They're supposed to be in the same group, worshiping the same doggone God. And they don't get along. They fight with each other. All right? We used to live next door to somebody that was a Jehovah's Witness. Okay? They didn't even talk. Oh, my mom is a Christian in a Pentecostal church, and right next door, somebody lived, the next door neighbor, they was Jehovah's Witnesses. They don't get along. They don't talk to each other. Yeah. Dude came and tried to talk to us one time. Once his car was broke down and he needed a ride to the Kingdom Hall. This dude ain't never talked, don't say hi, nothing. But when he needed a ride to the Kingdom Hall, he knocking on our door. I think my mom gave him a ride too. Anyway, you want to know the truth about anything you want to know the truth about, especially when it comes to religion or your spirituality, you have to follow the teachings of Dr. Malachi Z.K. York, who teaches the Wusabat culture. You can't go wrong following the truth. Peace, love, and wadu.